In Geeky News for the 8th of the 7th, 2015 in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hey there clan, and welcome to the Warriors Geeky News, and in this installment we're going to be talking about two pieces of Geeky News that I don't feel I can do a full video on, but at least I have enough to say on, at least to incorporate a Geeky News. So we're going to be talking Batgirl and Han Solo here right now. Let's dive into this, shall we? Okay, for those who have not heard, this is basically was announced quite a while ago, but we officially have a release date, price, and also a trailer for the new Batgirl DLC for Batman Arkham Knight. Now, this is the first major piece of DLC. We've already had two previous DLCs already, the Harley Quinn DLC and the Red Hood DLC, which in all honesty are a bit lackluster, short, but the Harley Quinn one is the only one I've played, and I rather enjoyed that DLC, and it was free if you pre-ordered the game, so can't really complain too much for something that was free. But the Batgirl DLC is actually kind of interesting. It hasn't actually been developed by Rocksteady. It was actually developed by the people who created Arkham Origins, and it is Warner Bros. Montreal, I believe, which is a bit surprising, but understandable. Maybe Rocksteady just didn't have the time to work on a Batgirl DLC. But this will be the first time that we actually see Batgirl in the Batman Arkham series of games. We have seen Oracle in all three games. In the third one she has, of course, seen. The other two she's heard. But this DLC is a prequel, basically. It is set before the events of even Arkham... Where the hell is it? I should have got this ready beforehand, but oh well. It's actually set before the events of Arkham Asylum. It is actually a proper prequel to the Arkham series, which is actually kind of surprising, but it's completely understandable due to the fact that, well, it's Barbara Gordon who we're going to be playing, and since Arkham Asylum, she has been in her wheelchair. So this is a prequel DLC, and the overall premise of it is that the Commissioner Gordon, her father, has been kidnapped by the Joker, and her and Robin have to go and save it, and they're wondering why don't they call him Batman. Basically, the Joker said, if you call him Batman, I'm going to kill him. So, yeah, that's basically why Batgirl is going in, basically, with Robin. Now, I don't know if Robin will be part of the DLC fully, or she'll pop in probably at the start, and then maybe the end, and then we'll play as Batgirl for the majority of the thing. But I'm actually kind of interested to see how Batgirl plays. She is going to be much more quicker than, of course, Batman, due to the fact that she is a lot more agile than him. Now, the DLC is supposedly going to be a reasonable length. Now, I don't want to say that too much. It says the Harley Quinn DLC and the Red Hood DLC, if anything to go by, it will be probably relatively short. But there are supposedly going to be side missions, and it is an entirely new area, the Seagate Amusement Park. Let me just make sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is the Seagate Amusement Park, and it is going to be Joker, who is the main enemy of this. So that's actually kind of interesting, and also it has Harley Quinn in it, and her classic Harley Quinn outfit, which is my personal favourite of her outfits. I like full body outfits, I don't know why, I just do. But the DLC is going to run about $7, which is roughly £5 or £6 here in the UK. If you buy the Season Pass, of course, which is extremely expensive, and I'm still not sold on it, I will stick to buying the DLCs that I want to buy. So the DLC is going to be relatively cheap. So I'm predicting the DLC isn't going to be lengthy. I'm predicting no more than maybe 2 hours if we're lucky, just because of that. Now, a lot of people are a bit iffy on this due to the fact that it is Warner Bros. Montreal that is making it, but let's make this clear. Warner Bros. Montreal is not a bad developer. Arkham Origins is not the best in the Arkham series, even though I consider it a separate trilogy in all honesty, a separate series of games in all honesty, the Origins series. I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed Arkham Origins, even though it was not the greatest. It is not as good as the Arkham games that Rocksteady made. But I have a little bit of faith that I think with Batgirl as the character, that Montreal might be able to do a decent job with it, since it is just a short DLC and not a full-length game. And I will be picking it up when it comes out, and I'm not too sure if I will be playing it. I'm not too sure if I'll let's play it. That's still for debate. The release date for it, I have my notes right here, is July 21st. So just under... So I think that's just over 2 weeks away. Yes, it is actually 2 weeks from yesterday. So I will be picking this DLC up once it is available. I will let you know what I think about it once I beat it. But if you don't know, Batgirl is my favourite Bat character. So yeah, do it. I especially like the fact they actually have gone with her new 52 look, which is the look I actually like. And hopefully they have taken a lot more inspiration from her new 52 counterpart written by Gail Simone than just her look. Let's just hope, fingers crossed. But yeah, that's all I really have to say on that matter. Let's move on to the next start. So, now first let me just state this off the bat before we talk about a bit of Han Solo. I'm not a hardcore Star Wars fan. Hard to believe. I do like the Star Wars films. I actually really do like the Star Wars movies. The Rebels TV series is really good. Clone Wars was a bit iffy for me personally. I do like Star Wars. I'm not a super fan of Star Wars, though. I much actually kind of prefer Star Trek over Star Wars personally. But I still state that Star Wars is awesome, and I highly recommend it to any geek anyone knows. I will watch the Star Wars films again before Force Unleashed comes out. But if you haven't heard, this was basically announced quite a while ago, but it has now been confirmed that there is going to be a Han Solo anthology series of movies, or at least it's going to go alongside with the Star Wars anthology. If you don't know, along with the standard Star Wars Episode 7, 8, and 9, I believe, there are going to be anthology movies. Now, Boba Fett and Yoda have already confirmed. Han Solo was rumoured, but now Han Solo has been confirmed to be getting his own little origin story, basically, is what these anthologies are going to be. Now, I'm actually okay with the idea of these anthology movies actually taking a character from Star Wars and actually completely focusing on that character for a story or a series. I'm okay with that, so in a way I am looking forward to this. Now, of course, it will be a new actor playing, of course, Han Solo, since Harrison Ford is a little too old to reprise the role of a young Han Solo. He's perfect for an old Han Solo now. So I am excited to see what they're going to be doing with the Han Solo character. Now, unfortunately, this does mean that the stuff from the EU will not be taken into consideration. As I say, if you're unaware of this, the EU is not canon officially, even though it is official to every individual Star Wars fan. But it's exciting to see what they're going to be doing with this Han Solo film. And of course, I'm more than sure they will adapt things from the EU, i.e. pick and choose to see what ones are going to be there. Now, it is set for a, let me just double check the release date. It is set for a May 25th, 2018. So we're still about 3 years away from it actually coming out. So they have plenty of time to write a script and actually do some casting and actually get it done. It says Disney have been planning out so many Star Wars films that they are practically going to be milking this series for that $4 billion that they paid for it, which does not surprise me. Although in all honesty, if they want a big chunk of change back, just re-release the original movies in cinema, and then of course on DVD, not special editions, not nothing, the originals, and you'll make a shit ton of money, I guarantee you. But of course they're going to be releasing a ton of movies, comics. There's already a couple of comics out already with the new AU, and of course TV series, which is the most recent one, of course, is Rebels, which I highly recommend. Actually, Rebels is actually really good. I'm liking what they're doing with it. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they're going to be doing with this. Now, as it says, hopefully they'll take their time, and of course this anthology series of movies could be interesting. I do know we have a Rogue One, which is probably going to be X-Wings. So I'm interested to see what they're going to be doing with Han Solo. He is probably, in all honesty, probably the character I like the most in the Star Wars series, just because I kind of like those roguish kind of characters, the smugglers, the rogues, the Robin Hood kind of characters, which I've always seen Han Solo as that kind of Robin Hood of the Star Wars universe, even though he has a bit of a slime ball some of the times. And of course he's married now, which is disappointing. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to see where this is going. Other than that, I don't have much to say on that, as I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I do enjoy the series, and I still think it is awesome. So, I think that's where I'll wrap things up there. Of course, the two news I've covered is Batgirl and Han Solo. What are your thoughts on the Batgirl DLC? What are your thoughts on the Han Solo movie? What do you want to see in the Han Solo movie, more importantly? As is, I'm happy to see whatever's going to cause. Of course, I'm more, as you can tell, I'm a bit more excited about the Batgirl stuff than I am the Han Solo stuff. But other than that, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this installment of Warriors Geeky News. As always, I'll see you all next time. If you like this video, feel free to click that subscribe button. See you next time. Ciao for now.